Hey everyone, Jason McDonald here. I'm going to walk you through the project that I did for Sprint 1, which this is a React app. It is the startings of a web page that will eventually become a web page for my wife's business that she wants to get going. So I just have some basic starting points so that we can have that getting forward. So as you can see, we have our code here in Visual Studio Code. And you'll see that we have our app.js file, which that is literally the file where all of our components get imported, as well as where we will put them in our function of app. When we have that here, that gets sent out here where we have our render. And when we have our render here, we're rendering to a specific root element. And that specific root element inside this public folder is this index.html file. So as you can see, you just have this root div, and that's where all the React is going to be rendered. So you can see that from index.js. So in our app file, we have our different components. I have two components that I've built here. One is a product component, and the other is the navbar component. And so when we go through to look at these, the code themselves, we have a couple of different files within our products folder. So we have our parent product, which is going to have an array of the different products that we use. And this is creating just an array of objects with their different IDs, names and descriptions and prices, which you'll see all those here, why those are important here in a minute. And then using some of the built-in features from Material UI or MUI, as it's known, we're able to build things like grids and map out our products so that we can then place them inside the grids. Inside of the specific product component, so this is what it actually is being rendered to the screen each time. We just have our basic setup, which again is importing a lot of different items from Material UI, as well as one of the icons from there. And as you can see, we have our different class names, which in React, because class is a protected word for keyword, for JavaScript, you have to use class name instead of class. If you use HTML, you would usually put class for CSS, but class name is what you would use for CSS in React. So as you can see, we have our media with our image and our name of our product. We also have some spacing between it, as well as the price and the name of the product there as well. We also have our description, and we have some actions to disable some of the spacing. We have an add to cart label or add to cart icon. And our nav bar, which you'll see here, is you'll see that we have just a basic bar, and that's going to have some space to grow. It has our logo, as well as the name of the site, which is the name of the site that my wife has chosen. And we'll be able to see the items that are in the cart as well. This is just set right now to be a boilerplate, but eventually down the road in the future, when I have some more time to develop it, this will be more dynamic of showing the items in the cart. Now if I come over here, we'll go ahead and just bring up the web page for you so you can see what that looks like. So as you can see, just basically rendered. You can see are the products that were listed. These are in our array of products. We have the logo and the company name in the nav bar, as well as the shopping cart with the icon there. And you have your add to cart buttons that will all later on have functionality. As I said before, right now this is just set to show what it can do. And if we go ahead and we just inspect the page as well, you can see that if we click it and we put it into mobile, it's mobile responsive, which puts all of the grid items into a single file row rather than having to side scroll. So that is the basic website in React I've created here as the starts for it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to presenting further ideas coming forward. Have a great night, everyone.